Hey guys, Zykic here, and welcome back to another episode of Cave Factory, and welcome back from a quite accidental month-long break-ish? Question mark? Wasn't meaning to do that. Also, I'm wearing my Halloween skin because it's October. Yeah, I'm like a zombie skeleton thing. Ah! Things are popping up. Okay. So, yeah, I accidentally took about a month-long break. Well, either 3 weeks or 4 weeks, I don't quite remember. Um, from this little world of ours. And the reason is, if I can go into my house, because I want to be comfy, and if my Minecraft is acting up now, I'm going to lose my mind. Okay. Let's just go ahead and take a seat here. So, I've been a little, aloof the last couple weeks, and the reason being is because I have been in pharmacy school, which most of you should know that, but some of you might not, and, it's a pathway I was planning on taking for 5 years now, because I do have a bachelor's in biology, and I was working on my pre-pharm at the same time, so yay, I'm a graduate. But I got into pharmacy school, and very quickly I was learning that I really don't enjoy any of the classes I was taking for pharmacy. Isn't that picking up? It is picking up my voice, okay. Sorry, it's been a bit. I looked over to my recording software and I didn't see anything popping up, but of course there wasn't. I wasn't talking. But yeah, so I've been dealing with that for the last couple weeks, and it has taken a lot of time away, personally, of trying to balance my feelings with school, and then also I do have a job as a pharmacy technician, actually. So that took a lot away from my YouTube, and mentally, even if I had the time, I just could not bring myself to sit down and record or even play. It was a lot for me. So I have recently, for y'all, it's probably going to be 2 weeks ago, I actually withdrew out of pharmacy school, so I'm going to be having a lot more time on my hands. Now, I say that, I'm going to be working full-time now. 40 hours, hopefully, every week. But this will mentally, hopefully, be a lot better on me, and I'll be able to give this world and y'all a little bit more attention like I've been meaning to, and be able to do a lot of the things that I've been wanting to do anyway. But that is just a little bit of a life update. Don't want to get too deep into it. It's not really that bad. Just emotionally taxing, but I've been through all of that now, so I'm ready. It's the wrong button. I am ready to get back into this world with our little bunnies and just everything we've been doing. Now, despite all of that, I have actually been trying to get on here and do a little bit of work at a time. Some of this was done before. It was done as soon as I recorded the episode that y'all saw last time. So a lot of it seems like a lot of work. After that, it's just been kind of a lot of lollygagging. I guess the first thing I'll talk about is our ore situation. So we've been trying to work on this quest to get the infinite storage part. And I've actually cleared a couple of these things. You see, it's not asking for redstone or quartz anymore. And that's because I got everything. I have over 1 million quartz in our system. A lot of redstone, a lot of sand, and a lot of ore. Because now, actually, the only thing that we're really waiting on, other than to finish the sand and to get some of the hemp fibers for string, we're waiting on diamonds and iron. Now, what I have done for that is 2 things. First thing is down here, we have our environmental core ore miner. I don't even know if it's really called a void miner. That's the correct word. I went ahead and upgraded it to cryonite, which I want to say is level 3. I don't actually remember. I will actually mental. I know it's on the last page. 1, 2, level 3. So I went to that. I have the flex points going. I also made sure to remember for the FE inputs also upgrade that to level 3, because I was trying to figure out for a while this wasn't getting enough power, and that's because for whatever reason, even when I was using the level 2 Erodium, the inputs I still had at Litherite. So it'll work with the lower tiers, it's just not well. But anyway, I had this going with our flash memory ore miner upgrade, and it was chugging, because actually if I go upstairs, because if you see I've had to add a lot of storage up here, I have so much of everything. To the point where I just decided to put void miners in here, void upgrades. So that way I'm not getting too much anymore. And I was trying to get it all into here. So like if we look for the redstone, we have 34,000. And some of this, it doesn't look like we have a lot because I've been slowly smelting it down. And I've been trying to clean this out. Now, it doesn't look like it's full, but I had to make another storage disc because at first it was full. And I was having a hard time trying to figure out, like, the quartz and the sand. I don't know why I didn't think about it, but I was putting it all in the system and then being like, oh, my system's full. So I had to make drawers for it. And these are all, like, fully upgraded with the tier 5 storage upgrades. So that's been making ore. I've been smelting ores I don't really care about in here, like the nickel ore and such. And then the smeltery is what I've been using to get gold and iron. And that's why the chest situation is a little weird, because I'll kind of fill this up and then leave. But this has been going. The gold is finished. The only thing I'm now waiting on is the iron. And I still need a lot of that, because I have 18,000 ore in my dank here. And if we look in this, it's still wanting 347,708. And I need at least half of that in ores because the smeltery doubles. So I still need at least 150,000 iron ore. Which I don't have. But I had to turn my machine off because I don't have separate drawers right now for all of the ores. I just did it for the ones I was getting a lot of that I don't really smelt anyway. So if I do that, I'll turn the machine back on. But also, the other thing, I've been getting a lot of sand, as you can see, because I now have 420,000, and I think when we left off, I had maybe, like, 100,000 or something like that. So what I've been needing is a ton of cobblestone, because I've been using the Botania mana thing to change it into sand. And I was struggling to get a lot of this cobblestone, but as you can see, I have a lot now. And the reason why is because back here, initially I only put one, but you can just make a normal, like, cobblestone generator. Kind of how I have our basalt generator back here with the destructor. You just do normal water and lava, and it makes stone. And that will mine it and turn it into cobblestone. And this was going, not fast, but going, so I put this back here to where it does 10 at a time. And it's so fast! And you just do the cable and some destructors, and that's about it. Now, I disconnected it, because I don't need that much cobblestone anymore, but also I learned that this will give you ores too. Because when I turned my the void miner off downstairs, I was still getting a lot of ore in my system, and I couldn't figure out why for the longest time, because I didn't process that it would also give me ore using the destructors. But that's also another, like, really cheap and easy way to get a lot of ore if you don't want to go the whole, like, environmental void miner route. So yeah, that's been going. So that's infinite storage. I have been doing a bit of terraforming. If you look on, like, I've been mining out the ceiling a little bit. That's not so much terraforming other than I'm bored and I'm mining. But I have been doing that. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Mine colonies. Let's go check out there, because there is, like, one other thing I do know I want to talk about, but I want to do that last. So for the mine colonies, we do know that the quest is to get a tier 5 town hall. And what I've been doing is I got everything else that I cared about. So basically everything but the storage area, our courier, and then that little tower back there. Those, I don't know what levels, but I'm not upgrading them anymore. Everything else is up to level 4. So now all we have to do is I need to get my builder to tier 5, and then after that, go straight to the town hall, and then everything else at my own leisure. But everybody's been working pretty hard. I got the achievement to where my miner got down to bedrock. Even though he doesn't mine to bedrock, like, he won't break any more blocks down. It's far enough down, so it counts, because this is level 5. I'm gonna put torch here. And now he's just been kind of chugging with trying to make some nodes down here. Little annoying that they do require so much, like, since I decided to have the spruce stuff, he requires so much materials. You'd think they would just dig holes, but no. But our farm's been going, she's been going crazy. I have to feed her so much. She goes so freaking fast. Baker does nothing at the moment, but she will be when I get the tier 5. And our builder, she's of course always been busy because she's been doing all of the building. So, do you have the flu up there? Usually that means they have the flu. Alright, Madeline, do you have the flu again? That's what I thought. That's why I keep potatoes and carrots handy. Because I don't know what y'all do with that eating it raw. I think you should make a soup, but whatever. But yeah, so everything else is there. All I have to do is do this to tier 5, and I will definitely be doing that one off camera because I think I've explained this before, there's a lot of like babysitting and just sitting here trying to get resources and stuff. I can start it, but since they're all asleep right now, she's not going to even tell me what materials they need, and I have a feeling they all have the flu. My guards had the flu earlier and it just started spreading. It's fine. But we'll get that, and I think what I'll try to do, so I'll have the builder do her this building up to tier 5, and then when we get to the town hall, I'll try to see if I can get that on camera. It's a little difficult because sometimes Adelie's a little picky about exactly how she's going to do things, and I don't ever quite know when a building is finished. So, like, for example, for this, for the tier 4, you need a clock in order for it to, where is the clock, actually? But yeah, you need a clock in order for it to do, but they won't take the clocks if they're not exactly, like, noon. But the problem is it's only noon for, like, a millisecond. So what you actually have to do, and I did this by accident, but I just had to think really hard about it, is when you craft it in your crafting grid or crafting table, however you do it, you have to throw it out and not pick it up. If you pick it up, it messes with its little, like, time thing, and then Adelie or your builder won't recognize it as the item that they need. And it's so funky that it does that, but it does. So pro tip, do that. But yeah, so that's it with this down here, and like I said before, I definitely want to do some more decorating and that sort of thing. It's just not right now. Oh, you're actually up in your tower. You're never up here. Oh, because you're asleep. Okay, you're just hiding. Okay. So yeah, I've been doing that, and then the very last thing we were working on at the end of the last episode is trying to get the tree, fruit, or whatever you want to call it, stuff automated. And I think at the very end of the episode, I did mention that you can use, what are they called? I had them in my mind right before I started recording, and I was like, yeah, I'll remember the name of that, and then I didn't. What are you? Deployer. You can use the deployers because they act like a right click, and that's all you need to do to harvest. But the mod pack maker, and then I don't think I discovered this on myself. I think it was all on the mod pack maker. He told me that you can actually still use the harvesters for the trees. They don't break the blocks. Except you can't use them on the wood stuff, so like the cinnamon and the paper that the trees get, that still doesn't work. You still would have to use deployers on that. So what I did in this building, and I'm sorry if I feel like suddenly stop talking, I actually recorded this video before, but I got halfway through and hated it, so I deleted it, and now I don't remember what I talked about, because that was also 3 weeks ago my time. So, anyway, talking about this, the harvester doesn't function with these because I tried them, but the deployers still do. So all you have to do is just have them there. They don't have to be grown here, you just gotta place them down. What you do have to do, though, is the same with the fruits that we have. I think you still have to break them with shears in order for them to stay, like, a producing log. Otherwise, they just get turned into, like, a normal log. But once you do that and you place them back down, they'll grow as per normal. And, like, I have 3 on each of these that are not having deployers just because I wanted it that way. So this definitely can be a lot faster. But I have it this way, and then I just have an ender hopper going into the sparrow, which I already have connected to my system because of everything else that I have here. I took away the beets and I put in cotton because I need string. And I really need the beets. But anyway, if I look on here, I could probably look to see. Yeah, it's not super fast. I've actually spent several days on here, just off camera. And I'm not lying about that. I mean, I went to bed with Minecraft still open. And I did that for like 2 days straight, and then gave my computer a break, and then so on and so forth. So, not fast. But I'm also not usually standing over here, so I don't know if it could be a little faster. I'm sure you can also set up like a bone meal system for this to go even faster, but I don't personally need it to be faster for my needs. But if you want things to be very quickly automated, then sure. But I survive off of food for a while. Like, I made these meatloaf sandwiches, and they were really easy to make. It's just ketchup, bread, and meatloaf is just bread, and I did tofu, because I have a lot of soybeans, because I put a lot of soybeans in here. But anyways, for the rest of it, I was told about the harvester, and at first I thought it had to be kind of like how this is rotating, but then I was thinking really hard about it, about how we have our, like, you know that miner thing that we did on the minecart? And I was like thinking that still had to be super complicated, and then I did something and I thought it was really funny because all you have to do is put a harvester on a minecart and that's all you have to do and it'll just keep going forever. And it works. Again, not very fast. These don't grow very fast. I'm not exactly sure why. I don't know if it's because I'm out of range or if they just naturally don't grow very fast, because I have a lot of light over here. I do have like a couple of the lanterns that produce light. I don't know, but you could also just like run around in circles here and they'll grow. It's just like if I go look like at cherries, you're going to see two different kinds. You're going to see the ones that are harvestable, but that's because I got those, and then the ones that have actually grown since then. And it's only 37, and as you can see, I haven't touched this since 4 weeks ago. But even after several hours of being on here, I only have 37 cherries. So again, not very fast, but if this is something that you set up like really early game, like you're supposed to, this is definitely something that you'll be good with. And I'm sure you can also, because I only have 1 of each fruit, except for apples, I have 4. So I'm sure you could have this go a lot faster too if you just put more, but this is what I wanted. And this place look cute. I think in the future, because these are 2 different leaves, the Twilight Oak and the normal oak, but I think they're still too similar, so it gets a little muddied when you're looking at it from a distance, the difference between the tree and the vines. But I still kind of like it. It took me a while with what I was gonna do, because I didn't know. I set up the ground before anything, and then I got stuck. But I think this is cute. It works, and there's stairs on each side except for this one because I didn't want it. But yeah, so that's this quest. I think I already checked it off. Did I? Massive food production, dyes, animal production. Yeah, I already checked it off because of the massive food production. Because produce every fruit vegetable from this page, which I did. I just have not done any of the animals yet. And this is where I want to ask y'all a question real quick, because I'm not exactly sure how to go about it. So if we fly over here real quick, I've actually started to spawn some of the animals and then breeding them. So I've got rabbit, pigs, and sheep. The reason I don't have cows is because I have cows over there, and I'll worry about that later. Excuse me. But my question for y'all is, so with this particular quest, you're supposed to automate the production of all of the different types of meats. And I'm sure tofu meat does not count. Though I would love it to count, because that would be a lot easier. But you're also supposed to produce automatically like a bunch of different products. I don't think it's all just food, right? Automated products like milk, eggs, beef. I mean, that's all food. I don't know. Regardless, so even if it is just food, like I assume we would auto... Hey. Why do you keep jumping towards me? I'm assuming they'd also kind of want me to produce, like, wool, and I'm not even sure what else other animals can produce. I put a bunch of animals in here, but I'm not technically using them. Like, there's no turtle meat, as far as I'm aware. Not that I even want it. So a lot of these are kind of just hanging out. I do want to say that... I mean, I know there's squid ink stuff, but I think I could kind of get away with that. I don't know. Hang on. Squid. Yeah, there's a squid ink pasta, and it does require ink sacs. So it's like I do kind of have to automate the spawning of squids. But that would be it. I think. I hope. I don't know. But the rest of these I don't think produce a meat or anything that I'm really interested in. So my question, though, really goes towards, like, how am I supposed to automate the spawning? Or what would y'all recommend? Because I know... So when I type in spawner, there's 3 different things. I know that there's spawners that we use kind of like our, like, zombie spawner. But if memory serves, which it might not, it's up here. I believe in order to change these spawners, I had to right-click it with a spawn egg of that particular, animal. And the thing that I'm struggling with... So if I type in spawn cow, there's no, like, crafting recipe for it. Now, there's a capturing enchantment, but then when I go look at that, I don't think there's a way for me to get the book in a way that's easy. Because when I right-click all of these, there's no way to get them. This one says +1 capturing max. But I don't know if this is right. And it's also only dungeon chests, which I don't even think are available where I'm at. So I'm not exactly sure if I can go that route with clicking the egg on the spawner. My other two options is there is a spawner from Pneumaticraft, and I believe that somehow there might be a way to do that, but I'm not entirely, because it's a vanilla spawner which has been gutted by a spawner extractor, does nothing by itself, you use spawn a pressurized spawner. Yeah, it's saying that the only way to get a spawner core filled with something, somehow I need essence. Spawner core. The beating gun is placed in the pressurized spawner. Spawner pressurized build cores with multiple essences. But a vacuum trap can be used to build cores with multiple. But how do I get cow? See, that's the thing, is like this makes me think you can only get it from like things that are already in spawners, which are not things that I need. My last option is just straight up a spawner from RF Tools, which I've used one of these before, I think, and I don't think they're difficult, but the problem that I have with this is to make a machine frame, each machine frame requires a lamp of cinders. Now, I have one, and these technically I can't say are super difficult to get, but they are annoying to get, because you have to hunt them down, and I don't remember how many are available per region. I don't remember if it's just one or if it's up to 4. If that makes any sense to what I'm saying anyway. So, and I want to say each spawner can only spawn one type of animal at a time per syringe that you get. And if I'm having to spawn at least, like, 1, 2, 3, cows are 4, and I guess squids are 5, I'm gonna need 4 more, because I already have one of the Lamp of Cinders. And I also didn't look to see what the heck this is. Flame Lily. Oh, I can use blaze rods, that's fine. So, I don't know what the best way to do it is. I also want to say I think that there's a vanilla way to, like, automatically breed animals, question mark. But I don't know if that's the way that I'm supposed to be doing this, or if that's even something that's viable at this point. Like, I don't know if you can do that with rabbits, because 1, they're small, and 2, they're finicky with the way that they jump. So, because I know there's something called entity cramming, and that's how you can automatically kill animals, without doing anything super fancy. But again, I don't know if that's the way I'm supposed to do it, or if there's something else. So, yeah, that's my question for y'all, is what's expected of me here? Because I want to do it the right way, but I also don't want to do anything super annoying if that's not the most, or the best way to do it, or what. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, so I think we're at the end of that episode for off-camera work when I get to it. I do know we have a Dyes quest. Oh, I forgot. Hang on. Don't leave. I'm not done. I was going to show one more area. When all of my villagers are in boats because they kept wandering away. Somehow another one got out, and they're just going to live there now. What I was going to show y'all is with the food production, because I don't think I showed this before. I think I showed this in the episode I deleted. I put a lot of cloches down here to get a bunch of the different types of foods that I can grow this way. I want to say I showed this before, but I don't remember. But the other thing that's more important to me right now is I kind of adjusted these cloches that I have over here, because this was for our original immersive engineering setup, but we don't need it anymore. Half of them I have dedicated now into just making hemp, because we need that for string. So I've gotten so much by now, but this is not nearly enough. Because if I go look to see how much I need, it's saying I need 129,000 more. I need to have double of what I have. But this is what I did, and I have it automatically throwing away the hemp seeds so it doesn't get clog up my system. I have a feeling I might try to do the same with these cloches over here, because these are not being used. But yeah, we'll see. So, anyway, I just wanted to show that's where I'm getting all the hemp from. It's not just, I don't cheat them in, I promise. I want to say that's it for all of that sort of stuff. So, the only thing is, we do have to automate dyes, which I think that'll kind of go back into, I know it's saying to look at Drum of the Wild and Jaded Armanthus. I have to look into that, but my other option, I think there might be a way to automatically harvest the Botania flowers and then automate it that way through crafting, because you can make a bunch of dyes that way. if I remember correctly. Like, if I go look at white dye, yeah, it's just doing the flowers and the pestle mortar, and the mortar never breaks. So it's like, as long as I can get the petals, because all I would need is something that automatically right clicks or left clicks with shears, crafts it into petals, but then automatically plant the petals back down, and then maybe something with bone meal, because these can't grow. I don't think these grow over time. I think you have to bone meal them if you do it that way. But we have so much bone meal, I'm not worried about that. So we can do something with that. Food factory is going to be time consuming but easy once we get the animals done. And then after that, we just have the challenges, which this will do a big chunk of it once we start the actual food factory. And I think that's everything covered for this episode. So yeah, this has been a mixture of updates and, well, updates of everything, life and what I've been doing in games. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Hoping uploads will probably still be a little bit sporadic for a little bit as I try to get adjusted and get everything done that I want to. I'm still actually not sure when this is going to be uploaded because I'm recording this on a Tuesday and I don't actually have access to anywhere where I can upload it at the moment. So you will see this when you see this. But yeah, I think that's all I have to talk about right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!